Hello, everybody. Welcome to this channel. Thank you so much for those who have subscribed. And if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button and you'll have subscribed to my channel. And I'll appreciate you. I appreciate so much. Those who watch this channel, those who are a family, welcome back to this family. It's yet another day, another vlog, another episode, another topic to talk about. So today we are going to discuss on, as I've said in my channel here, we'll be talking about child upbringing. We are going to be talking about breastfeeding, myth and facts on breastfeeding. We are going to talk about motherhood, parenting, child development. So all to do with children. This is the place. So if you're passing by, please stop by and let's learn something. So today I'm going to talk on something little, and we are going to discuss on when should you start weaning, or what is the right time to start weaning, or what's the right time to start introducing solids. So we're just going to look at a few things on first of all, how do you know that your baby is ready. So we're going to look at a few things to know that your baby is ready to start solids. But then they say that your baby should or can start solids at the time when your baby is 6 months old. So, but this varies. There are some babies who are very maybe slow to adopt things, or they take it slowly. So you find that even at 6 months, your baby is not very stable. Your baby cannot sit up on her own or his own. Your baby cannot even if your baby's head is not very stable. So these are some of the facts that you should first look at before starting solids to your baby. So even if your baby is 6 months, as they say, when your baby is 6 months, you should start solid, but also look at the readiness of your baby. Is your baby ready? Let's look at some tips on how to know if your baby is ready. First of all, can your baby sit on his own? Because at 6 months, at least a baby should sit on his own, though not very stable, but then not very fragile. You find that the baby, you put the baby on the table, for instance, on the chair or on the bed, for instance, and your baby just falls down. Your baby cannot hold him or herself. So here, at least take precaution. Your baby may not be very ready for solids. The other thing is the neck. Is the neck stable? At the time when your baby is 6 months, your baby should be stable. The neck should be stable. But if you see that the neck can just, you see, I don't know the term to put on which term do they say when the neck is not very stable. But if you see that, because the problem is that your baby can easily choke. So make sure that your baby's neck is stable, the shoulder bones, it's just stable. Your baby can sit even if the baby is not at least very stable. But look at your baby's appearance when your baby sits down. Is he or she very stable? So those are some of the things to look at. But then the other thing is the readiness to eating. Does your baby, there's these cues that they show you when you are eating. They look at you, you see the small bubbles or saliva coming on their mouth. So you can see your baby is ready. Your baby wants to eat something. So look at those cues. Are they ready? When you're eating something, if you put your mouth, sometimes even they lick their lips. You see that kind of interest that they put in the food when you show them when you show them food, or when they see somebody eating. So those are some of the tips that you can know that my baby is ready. First of all, make sure that the neck is very stable. The second, your baby can sit upright. Your baby, the other thing, your baby is stable. Has some interest. Your baby shows some interest for food. There are some babies whereby they are not interested at all. You show them food, for them they just, if you put a bottle on their mouth, that's what they circle. If you put a nipple on their mouth, that's what. But the rest, It's none of the business. So at least look for those cues that they can help you to know if your baby is ready. So let's see on what you're going to start first. If your baby is the first time that you're weaning your baby, here are some of the things that you should be on a lookout. First and the foremost, start with puree. Here I mean, and the puree that you are supposed to start with, make sure that you have put a small quantity of puree. It can be either avocado puree or banana puree, something very little, because this is the time that you are trying to get your baby's appetite, what your baby likes. Because remember, here you're giving a different taste to your baby. Your baby is used to formula, whereby it's just breast milk, it's just suckling. Nothing hard has passed on their throat. So here is the time that you are starting something a little bit more harder than the breast milk. You know that the breast milk is so light, is just like water and things like that. So here is the time that you're going to start something harder than the breast milk. So make sure that you start with puree, and your puree should be very soft or very smooth. Here I can say that you begin with how can I put it? Like a single ingredient. Don't mix thing, mothers. Here you start with a single ingredient. If it's banana puree, deal with banana puree. If it's avocado puree, deal with avocado puree. If it's squash, deal with squash. Little amount and one ingredient at a time, because here it will help you to know the reaction. It will help you to know, okay, if I give my baby avocado, the reaction is not so good. Maybe they get gases, maybe the digestive system problems, maybe reflexes, things like that. So make sure that you start with one thing, one ingredient at a time. But then the other thing to look at consistency. Here, what I mean by consistent, the texture. The texture should be very smooth. Why I'm saying that texture should be very smooth, you should not put lumpier foods. It should not have lumps, because you know that this is the beginning. You have started, so everything should go smooth, so that even if they swallow things smoothly, and it will also prevent choking here. So you make sure that you give something very the consistency is very. Here the consistency matters a lot, because it's supposed to be very, very smooth, and so that your baby gets used to that, because you know that you have just started. So if you give something very smooth, then they'll just swallow, they'll get used to it, and then they'll keep having it. You keep giving, they may be enjoying it. So make sure that the consistency is very the puree is very, very, very smooth. But the other thing is timing. Here you choose time when your baby is alert, not overly hungry or tired. Timing is very, very important, because when you give your baby when he's too hungry, they'll just end up crying. If you give your baby when he's too tired, so sleepy, they'll just end up sleeping, even not swallowing what you are giving. So make sure that the alertness matters here. Time that give your baby at that time when you feel that they are not too hungry or they are not too tired. So you have, as a mother, you know your baby best. So no, this time is the right time I can give my baby food. But then the other thing is slow and steady. Here you start with a teaspoon or 1 or 2. Here where I'm saying slow and steady is where you start a little at a time. Give little at a time. The amount matters, because once you give your baby a lot, your baby can be overexcited. Your baby may like that food, and your baby just consumes. You know, there are those babies whereby they like something and they keep consuming, and they take too much. So you find that at the end, it may bring digestive problems. So you start just giving a little at a time, a little at a time. You can just give 2 spoons or 3, and then you stop there. Then you wait for, just like when you're breastfeeding. You can breastfeed, then you stop, then you continue later on. So even in this feeding, you feed them for maybe 2 or 3 spoons, then you stop and then wait until later on. So also this is is important. But the other thing, also try a variety. Don't give the same puree every day. So you can try different purees. Maybe you can give avocado, the next day you give, so that here it can even help you to know allergies and reactions to your baby, as I've said earlier on. So you try to put to give one thing at a go. You put a variety of flavors, maybe a strawberry puree, banana puree, but different. You don't mix all of them at once. One at a time, things like that. But then the other thing is also look out for allergy reactions, as I've said, because sometimes when you introduce things like maybe that they're allergic to, it can help you to know this food is not suitable for your baby. So you watch out for all those criteria. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this, because I've also enjoyed it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed and know how to start. I've said, check for your baby's steadiness, the neck. Check for your steadiness, the sitting. Is your baby stable? So check for those things, and then try, as I've said, all those varieties I've given you. Those tips may help you. But the other thing, mothers, just be patient. Here you are going to experience messy tables. You're going to experience messy everywhere. You're giving away your babies like that. That's very normal for the babies to do. So just be patient and get ready to be prepared for that. So you should not run out of patience. So be patient. Messy is normal. Also here we have like the babies how can I put it? Like when you are eating, they learn through seeing. So when you are eating, make sure that you're having that same meal time table. When you are eating, your baby is also, you're feeding. This is meal time, because your parent are eating, you're also feeding. So they enjoy. They see maybe the siblings on the table, they're eating. So when you are feeding, they also enjoy that this is the table manner for all of us. It's tempting. So make sure that you're feeding your baby when maybe the rest are also eating. So as I've said, safety first. Make sure that the safety of your baby is very important, because if there is no safety there, then your baby can choke. So you'll be there, you help, you give. If your baby is refusing, don't force. There are those parents whereby you really need your baby to eat your like you're forcing everything. Don't force. Just be patient. Hey mothers, I hope you're a very nice mother out there. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.